Hi, my name is Robert Park, member of the Stewardship and Finance Committee here at Tuckahoe Presbyterian Church. Just wanted to let you know about our upcoming stewardship campaign that we're doing. The Future is Now is our theme for this year, and the reason why we chose that is because without today, there isn't a tomorrow. So we can start our foundation for tomorrow by contributing today.
My name is Ethan Sherman. I am the current elder on the property committee. One thing that I've learned working on the property committee is that it's not just one person that takes care of this church property. There are several of us. We have a great committee of about 12 members, and everyone has their responsibilities. And we couldn't do it without everyone. We work together well as a team, and I'm very happy to be a part of that. It takes a lot financially to sustain a church of this size, whether everything from the daily cleaning, the regular maintenance to the emergency repairs. If not for the budget that we have, which is provided by the church's tithes and offerings, we wouldn't be able to keep this church looking and working, functioning the way it does.
Hi, I'm Becky Groves, and I'm the moderator of the Board of Deacons. And as deacons, our role is to reach out to members of our congregation, especially in uncertain times, to provide support and to really be the hands of Christ here for our congregation.
I joined the stewardship campaign, or the stewardship committee, was to be involved and utilize talents that are there that aren't just about money. Stewardship isn't just about contributing money, it's also about being in the right place and doing the things that you have and being a good steward of the resources that you have. Your contributions are very important to it, so it's not just about using your talents, but contributions help make the changes that we see in the hallway that I'm in currently and the new commons area that we have that's replacing the old parlor.
I come to church to gather strength from those people who are here, the people who are faithful, the people who, they give me strength by surrounding me with the love that I feel when I come to church, and it makes me stronger so that I can do God's work in a better way.
Hi, I'm Liz CREASMAN. I have taught middle and high school Sunday school, and I'm also a youth advisor for our youth group program. I love that Tuckahoe can create and foster a safe environment for youth to be able to explore their faith and ask critical questions that allow them to grow. I'm very excited that our nursery is back open so I can come and worship in person, and my 1-year-old has a safe place that he can play and be introduced to the church family.
The other reason I really wanted to be involved as an elder and to serve for Tuckahoe Presbyterian Church was because I believe there is a need within our church for younger families. And as a member of a younger family, I knew that my input could be valuable into growing our church in that direction. Thinking back to a question that was asked, what does it mean that the future is now? I feel like we have to make decisions now that are going to impact our future. And I really want to see this church become younger.
I really do believe, and I've always felt that, those who dwell in the past are doomed to repeat the mistakes they made there. And those who look to the future, they're the change engines. They're the ones who ignite that fire Jesus talked about and spoke about in Luke. They're the honest, open people, and they're the stewards of God's word who do not fear tomorrow, but look forward to what it can reveal, especially in their faith.
The future of outreach is now, I think. And one reason I believe this is that you can't always plan for the future. Who would have predicted what we're going through right now? Who would have predicted that instead of going into a shelter and serving a meal to the people there, that we would be going up to the door with gloves and masks and handing the food over to people? But we are still serving our purpose of being the hands, feet, heart, voice, and hands, heart, feet, voice of Christ as our mission states. We do need to think about the future, to think what we're going to do, but we have to be realistic about it and realize that it won't always happen as we have planned. And we have been able, I'm really pleased that we have been able to continue our outreach efforts. And just like when I prune my rose bushes, I'm supposed to cut out the branches that grow inward. We need to grow outward instead of inward as a church. That's how we grow.
Yes, the future is now. And the reason I believe the future is now is because the gospel of Jesus Christ is always now, as it has been in the past and will be in the future. And as good stewards of this church, we support each other in many ways, and we support the community in many ways. But for us, it is that Jesus died for us and that he lives forever. So the church lives forever. So now is then, and then is now. And we are all one community, and we should support each other and support this church through all of our various committees that we serve on and the deeds that we do, and certainly in our giving, so that we sustain our vision for this church into the future.
More than 10 years ago, our congregation began its search for a new pastor. For those on the pastor nominating committee, there were long periods where we wondered what God was up to. We read about and talked to potential pastors, and after prayer realized that each was not the right one. After a long while, he led us to the church in Fredericksburg. And while I saw the pastor information form from Patrick Dennis, I knew why God had taken so long. I knew Patrick Dennis. He had been active in our presbytery and was a bright young man. It soon became apparent to all of us that God was providing what we needed. It's been a joyous journey for the Dennis family and for the Tuckahoe family. Now we are faced with a new challenge, as that couple is beginning a new adventure, and we are about to assess what God is calling us to do next. If God has done for us this congregation before, God can do it again. God will provide. Today and next week, we'll dedicate our new facilities, welcome new members, and baptize children. Is that not a sign that God will provide? The future is now. The future is us. So we begin a new stewardship campaign amidst uncertainty. God has told us to trust him. We've had all this COVID, economic chaos, distancing, masking, and hibernating. Through it all, God has been with us as he promised. Over the past 2 years, with his guidance, we've maintained many of our outreach ministries, have continued to worship together, and have connected with each other in ways we had not imagined. Yes, it has been disappointing that we cannot do so much as a community that we thought was vital. But as we assess and discern what God is leading us toward, I anticipate new ministries that will use our gifts. We at Tuckahoe have been blessed by the saints who came here before us. They built a wonderful campus and left us with no debt. No debt. Think about that. We don't have to worry about construction loans. Jesus reminded us of the power our wallets can have over us. The rich young ruler was unwilling to sacrifice what he had been blessed with. In the parable of the talents, Jesus reminds us about using our wealth and blessings rather than hoarding them out of fear for our futures. The stewardship campaign offers an opportunity for each of us to prayerfully consider what God calls us to do. We have a pledge card to commit an amount of money. We also should consider our commitments of time and talent for this year. Our lay leaders are planning for new ways of doing things. What do you want to do? What gifts and talents can our congregation mobilize? Is there a committee or ministry that has a place in your heart? You need to let us know. We are asking that you complete and return the pledge card that you will receive in the mail on October 24th We plan to dedicate as many cards as we have to God's glory.